Hi, welcome back to Review. A young woman named Lalita Bakshi resides with her family in Amritsar, India. The family is invited to a friend's wedding, where Lalita meets Kiran, the sister of Indian-British barrister Balraj, and Will Darcy, a wealthy and attractive American. Similar to how Darcy is drawn to Lalita, Balraj is drawn to Jaya right away. Lalita develops a dislike for Darcy during the wedding reception, but she eventually decides to go with Mr. Bakshi when Balraj invites Jaya to Goa. Lalita and Darcy disagree in Goa about men, women, and India's economic future. Later that evening on the beach, Lalita runs into Johnny Wickham, a former friend of Darcy's from London, who confirms her negative impression of Darcy. Kohli Saab, a family friend from Los Angeles who has traveled to India in search of a traditional woman to marry, pays the Bakshi family a visit. Mrs. Bakshi directs Kohli Saab toward Lalita when he is drawn to Jaya, which makes Lalita feel awkward. Despite Mrs. Bakshi's objections, Wickham is welcome to attend the Gubra with the family and Kohli Saab. Despite Darcy and Kiran's advice to stay away from Wickham, Lalita accepts a dance from him with joy. Lalita offends her mother by rejecting Kohli's offer. Balraj visits the residence to bid Jaya farewell and makes a promise to write to her from London. Later, much to the surprise of Jaya and particularly Lalita, Laki makes the announcement that Chandra is wed to Kohli Saab. Wickham is seen secretly writing to Laki, but neither Balraj nor Wickham ever correspond with the two older sisters. Calling the Bakshi family to invite them to the Los Angeles wedding ceremony is Kohli Saab and Chandra. The family agrees, and Jaya is thrilled to stop over in London in the hopes of running into Balraj once more. Kiran tells the Bakshi family in London that Balraj is in New York meeting prospective brides, devastating Jaya, Lalita, and Mrs. Bakshi in the process. Laki, Jaya, Lalita, and Mrs. Bakshi happen to cross paths with Darcy, a visitor to Kohli Saab and Chandra's wedding, at Heathrow Airport. On board, Darcy gives Mrs. Bakshi his first-class seat so he can spend the rest of the flight sitting next to Lalita in economy. Lalita's opinion of Darcy gradually changes during their time in California and the two begin to fall in love. During the family's layover in London, Laki takes advantage of the chance to sneak away and meet Wickham. While at the wedding, when introducing Lalita to Darcy's ex-girlfriend Aine, Catherine, the condescending mother of Darcy, pronounces Lalita's name incorrectly as Lalita. Jaya and Lalita also get to know Georgie, who says that the reason Balraj and Darcy aren't in touch is because Darcy convinced Balraj not to wed an Indian woman with a gold-digger mother. Darcy is to blame for Jaya never hearing from Balraj, Lalita realizes in a rage. Lalita rejects Darcy's marriage proposal angrily, blaming him for Jaya's unhappiness. Darcy apologizes to Lalita and lets her know that he managed to get Balraj and Jaya back together. Lalita requests Darcy's assistance in finding Laki after realizing that Darcy was correct about Wickham. Darcy explains that Wickham tried to marry Georgie when she was 16 years old in order to inherit their family's wealth, but fled when his scheme failed. In the final scene, Lalita accepts Darcy's proposal after they both succeed in saving Laki. This is a colorful, musical, and hilarious ride that will leave you smiling and humming the catchy tunes. A must-watch for anyone who loves a good mashup of culture, romance, and dancing. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.